such an honor today باش نكون معاكم في ريادة. Like she was mentioning, it's a celebration. And I'm very honored and pleased باش نكون معاكم اليوم ونحتفل معاكم بال leadership واللي هي very dear to my heart. leadership خاصة women leadership. مرحبا بكم الكل اللي جيتوا اليوم و thank you for having me. اليوم my keynote is going to be around celebrating the leader in her. أنا يسرا MAGOURI, currently engineering manager at Expedia Group. And جيت من Austin, Texas with my family to be here with you. l'éducation متاعي قريت في تونس. عملت ماتريز computer science ومن بعد خرجت لليو اس to join my husband. في ال 15 عام اللي أنا في أمريكا I worked different roles. خدمت مع EA مع مايكروسوفت on big projects كيما بينج كيما other projects. My focus was on CRM technologies or marketing technologies. Very technical role. Last 10 years I was at Salesforce as a principal technology architect. نخدم again في technology de marketing. على big accounts we serve Microsoft, we serve Nike, we serve Gap and brands. The list is so long, but all my projects were large-scale projects, and I gained so much experience at Salesforce. I was leading the team, but as an individual contributor. My next step, as I wanted to grow and move forward, I moved to Expedia Group as an engineering manager, where I lead the team and we're focused on building a communication platform for Expedia brands اللي هما Expedia.com, Verbo اللي هي متاع vacation rentals, and we also have hotels.com and another 10 other smaller brands. I came from Austin, Texas, and even before living in Texas, I lived in Seattle, Washington, and also lived in San Francisco. So why I'm mentioning all this, because as I moved in the US, نقلت من مدينة لمدينة, I built a lot of great relationships. All these, the background متاع my technology background and connecting with people has served me so well, building my leadership skills, building my network, and inspiring me to grow and do more باش نعمل أكثر. ولديتاي هذوما علاش نمنشن فيهم خاطر ساعات الواحد ديما يركز على حاجة بركة. أنا يلزمني ننجح في القراية ونركز كان في القراية، وإلا أنا توا في الخدمة يلزمني نخدم معناها you only focus on the technical aspect وإلا الحاجة اللي أنت باش تعملها. Usually you don't think about العباد اللي تقابلهم ولا العباد اللي تخدم معاهم وإلا your contribution to the people around you, and it's very important. And you're going to see it all through my slides. لهنا again I said we're here to celebrate. It's such a great opportunity باش العباد تكون مع بعضها celebrate but also reflect on their own success. برشا عباد لهنا في الروم they're very successful and they don't even know it. They're leading themselves, they're leading their families, they're changing lives. I think I lost, okay. They're changing lives, they are making impact in their communities. They never got that معناها الاعتراف اللي هما بالرسمي معناها they're changing, they're leading, they're showing up والsuccess متاعهم may not be recognized. هي الكلمة اللي أرجع لها. So thank you for being here. I invite you to reflect. Maya, as I'm sharing my journey, I want you also to reflect on your success, on your leadership, on your own journey. Today we're talking about leadership, and you can't talk about leadership من غير ما تحكي على الامباكت بتاع leadership على الجروث سواء personal وإلا في الكوميونتي واللي أنا I am very focused on, and even like people who know me personally, they know how much I care about the community حتى في small scale. As we live نحن توا في Austin, Texas, we always make sure اللي we bring people together. التوينز اللي غادي they always waiting for المولد في دارنا, العيد في دارنا. Even توا when we were buying a house last year, as we're trying to pick the plan اللي باش نبنيوه, we want to make sure how many people it fits في الصالة. So making sure اللي عندنا enough space للعباد اللي باش يجيو في العيد وفي المولد وفي رمضان. So it's a mindset. We are very passionate about community because we know نحن من كنا عشنا في أمريكا, we know شكون اللي بالرسمي اللي عنده الpower. Jewish community, they're very powerful, and we بعباد لهنا they don't even know why, because they invested in their community. على خاطر هم يطلعوا بعضهم, يدخلوا بعضهم, شدوا لبوست الكل اللي في الميديا. In a way, they rule the world. Why? Because they have a great community. Now we notice the LGBTQ community. It's amazing how in a few years, مش few, let's say the last 10 years, كانوا من minority ولاو شكون ينجم يحكي عليهم كلمة. So they are powerful and they invested in the community. They led their community to have a big spot and to be معناها في stage وعندهم بلاصة ولا a seat at the table, كرسي في الطاولة الكبيرة متاع القرارات ومتاع وين العالم يمشي, they lead the world. Back للimportance متاع الكوميونتي اللي هي comes معناها مع leadership. It's tied to the leadership and my own journey, and I focus a lot on building community. But as I reflect معكم اليوم about my journey, أنا اتولدت وتربيت في بنغردين, which is just as I think, well, you all think about Bingardin, it's dry, it's harsh, it's hot. As dry the weather is, as dry opportunity غادي. ما فماش this opportunity. It's unfortunate خاطر حتى التوا معناها 15 years بعد ما رجعت توا, it's the same. معناها opportunities there is not much, and it's not unique في تونس to have underserved communities هذوما. They suffer. How can people غادي get inspired? We're not going to talk about the ecosystem and the politics and all the changes اللي هي حاجات out of our control, at least العباد العادية. But when we think about people and growth وكيفاش باش تستيريهم, كيفاش باش تشجعهم, it's very hard. And النساء اللي they made it, it's very interesting, and it's هما worth celebrating because they invested and they believed اللي فما a path forward. malgré معناها they see معناها they look outside the window and they see nothing. They see dry, حاجات dry, حاجات ذو قاس مقاس هذيك حاجات أخرى. But it's just like what your brain can think about مش برشا خاطرها you don't see the opportunities العبد العادي. But what we're celebrating النساء اللي trailblazing, اللي حلوا ثنية فك الصحراء, اللي they did grow, اللي they did thrive, اللي they saw a path forward, اللي شافوا success at the end of the road اللي هو very hard. So it's definitely a reflection for me and a reflection for a lot of people in this room and a lot of people حتى outside. And as we're thinking about leadership and success, واللي عملوا وين وصلوا, it's so important to think about the underserved communities. If you think today you're struggling, there are people who had it even worse. But as we think about them, معناها who's gonna help them? شو اللي باش يعاونهم? Who's gonna have that power to have empathy with them, to guide them, to help them, to inspire them to see what they need? And that's what we're doing here today. We're talking about leadership and we're talking about Riyeda, اللي هي as much as self-leadership, اللي انتي you wake up and you see معناها a purpose for that day, وتمشي وتاخذ النقل ولا تاخذ الباص ولا تهز كرهبتك وتمشي معناها you fight your fight every day. So as much as self-leadership is so important, but also being that person اللي هو اللي يجيب change, اللي هو يرى عبد struggling ويعاونه. وانت باش تعاون عبد you don't have to be كلي at the top وإلا انت عندك a person of power ولا واسطة ولا الحاجات هذيك الكل. You could be helping a student اليوم يراك انت a success ديجا. تنجم انت تعاونه، تنجم انت تعطيه ثقه في روحه، وتنجم تعطيه والله ترى person يقرا في كتاب تشجعه وتقول والله يعطيك الصحه. You're going places، انت باش توصل وانت باش تخلط. So as you're thinking about leadership, it's not about people اللي على stage, it's also in you. It's all the things that you're doing every day to show up for your future self, all the things that you can do to inspire people around you. And I know a lot of growing up فما برشا عباد أمهم وأبوهم ما يقراوش. They never went to school, but they were that light اللي حل الباب للصغار اللي بعدهم. They were the first people اللي يلقوا خدمة معناها a good job, the first to open a business. هذوما نساء they're trailblazers. لازمنا we recognize them. They also need to recognize themselves. لازمهم يعرفوا رواحهم اللي هما they're making a change and they're doing the right thing. And the next step would be to look back وهما يطلعوا يمدوا يديهم ويطلعوا اللي من بعد و they bring that message of hope, inspiration, if not other forms of commitment and help. So thank you اليوم to take that a moment to reflect on your own journey and the journey of people around you. اللي probably some of them they helped you. It could be your mom. It could be your mom اللي حتى ما قراتش. She led a life with purpose. They invested in her kids, invested في الجيران متاعها. She was there. She showed up every day with energy and she did not give up. But for all the people that gave up وخلوا الدراينس متاع السوسايتي والا متاع الويذر والا متاع الايكو سيستم affect them so much. Inshallah they find that spark again to get up and continue to fight. I'm going to move next part of this speech to talk about Open Minds project. And like I said at first, I'm a technology architect, engineering manager. My background is all in CRM and technology and all that, which is great. So I led my life وعملت a career for myself, and it was amazing until I felt a gap. What can I do next? شو نجم نعمل؟ Especially خاطر living abroad كي تبدا تعيش لبرا you feel disconnected وكل وين ترجع ترى الحاجات ما تبدلتش. So like okay شنو نجم نعمل؟ لنا how can I help العباد اللي غادي و you have that purpose اللي انت تحب تعاون. You want to lift الجينيراسيون الجايه. You want to show them اللي they can do it and you see the success. Earlier when she introduced me, she said, I hope she shares some secrets of success. I want to tell you here اللي ما فمش secrets. We grew up اللي هو نعرفوا اللي فما أسرار النجاح وشنو هو سر النجاح. هو ما فيهش سر وما هوش privilege النجاح. النجاح is right there, it's ahead of you. وكل step هي نجاح وانتي تمشي وتقدم and you move forward and you meet your success. كان انتي ماكش باش تقف وتهبط للترا وباش تعمل ماكش باش تاخذ السكسس وفي بالك انتي والله فيه سرتي انتي spectator معني. You are sitting at the bench وتتفرج. You will never meet your success unless عندك شكون باش يهزك من البنش ويحطك في باست ولا حاجة أخرى which is a different mindset that might serve you one time but it will not serve you forever. Success has no secrets. There is few things في التولز متاع السكسس هما الورك and nothing but hard work. بالرسمي يعني الطريق للنجاح هو you get up وتبدأ تخدم على روحك. You have to do the work, but as you're doing the work و as important الخدمة متاعك اللي باش تخدمها is as important as the people you're gonna meet, as important the people you're gonna talk to. وكل discussion وكل conversation مع عبد is so important and you want to make sure you show up with the right mindset. أنت عبد تقابله اليوم تسلم عليه, you want to make sure you have that mindset اللي أنت I'm here, I'm showing up, أنا نحب نعمل هذي و how can I help. ديما people who know me يعرفوني ديما how can I add value to your success, how can والعباد اللي ناجحة بالعكس هذوكم هما أصحابي, هذوكم هما people I can collaborate with و people who I can add value to their work و you never know when that value they want to add value to your work وعندهم opportunity for you. So as we're talking next about what I'm passionate about اللي هو البروجكت اللي I think and I believe هو اللي حطني لهنا على الستيج هذا. It was not my background, it wasn't my education وما كانتش my success في التكنولوجي. It's not what made me here. What gave me this opportunity is Open Mind Project والinitiative اللي بديتها 3 ولا 4 سنين التالي when I looked back وتفت ورايا and I wanted to help people وحبيت نعاونهم. They see a path forward و they get inspired. Open Minds Project هي non-profit association à but non lucratif. It's in Texas. It's based in Austin. My goal هي to offer باش نعطي للشباب والنساء des outils to learn, to empower them, to inspire them, and to help them في الكارير متاعهم وإلا في entrepreneurship journey متاعهم. I founded it مع my husband thinking about community and thinking about the next generation and what can we offer for them. We're dedicated to inspiring و bring people together. نحبوا نقدموا بالنساء اللي مازالوا they think اللي هما they can't go for bigger opportunities ويرضاوا بالحاجات small. We want to support النساء اللي يحبوا يعملوا حاجة سواء في الكارير متاعهم وإلا في leading their businesses وإلا their startups. But how are we doing it? We're using things we learned كي خرجنا يعني حاجات تعلمناها كي خرجنا لبرا اللي هي المنتورشيب اللي انتي you help others and like I mentioned earlier on mentorship you don't help people only if you're at the top. You can help people اللي هما they just need a step. You can help people with lots of things. Through events نعملوا these events in a second I'm going to talk about Elevate conference, volunteering and building partnership. نحبوا الجول هو من الميسيون بتاعنا هي build a brighter future للجنراسيون اللي في تونس وفي المينا ريجن because we believe اللي نحن one community وما نجمش تونس تطلع من غير الايكو سيستم اللي داير بها. We have a great opportunity all around us. My values disappeared but I know what my values. Okay, so we're empowering people. to reach their full potential. We're building community. You're going to hear me talk about community all the time. خاطر نعرفوا اللي العباد اللي عندهم great communities هم العباد اللي they'll have a seat at the table. هم العباد اللي they can يقدموا ويبدلوا. They're people in strong communities هم ال people they bring change. وبيان سور ال giving back. علاش خاطر ال giving back we noticed اللي هي ماهيش فالور خاصة في المجتمع نتاعنا ماهيش حاجة نحكيو عليها. واحد ديما يعاون كان العباد اللي قريبت له. خاطر نحسوا اللي في الدين مثلا ديما الأقربون أولى بالمعروف وهي I take it as a sense اللي أقربون هما جيرانك الكل هما العباد الصغار اللي around you هما اللي community نتاعك ماهيش عائلتك الإيميديات. So giving back not only أنا giving معناها نعطي ولا giving back I also believe اللي through Open Minds project I'm giving the opportunity للعباد اللي في الدياسبورا زاده هما to give back وما عندهمش platform باش ينجموا يعطيوا بها. So we're going to move to the next impact نتاع Open Minds project and what we actually do اللي هي ال fun part. So I'm going to start by talking about Elevate Conference. عمناو اللي بدينا الكونفرنس نتاع الليدرشيب النسائية. We called it Elevate Summit, Empowering Women Leaders in Technology. We had speakers international, we had students, we had people from academia. We talked about financing projects for female-led startups. It was an amazing event. عملناه نهار الاحتفال باليوم الوطني للمرأة في August, and it was such an opportunity for me to expand and to know more about the ecosystem, and also تعلمت برشا على الايكوسيستم تاع startups والstruggles والchallenges نتاعها. And at that time we launched Womentoring. Womentoring c'est mentoring programme للfemale led startups. We picked 15 startup female led we offered them a program accompagnement. les mentors هما توانسة برشا منهم في الخارج وبرشا منهم زاده لهنا des experts في الايكوسيستم. But also because this was so successful two things happened. Normalement يوفا توا البروجرام this Friday we're going to celebrate نهاية البروجرام الجمعة هذه. But les participants تاع البروجرام ما يحبوش يروحوا. They don't want to finish. They said they يحبوا extension حتكش لجون which is amazing. علاش خاطر they saw the value. شافوا الفالور وشافوا الجروث نتاعهم. They want to continue to be mentored. But also it was so successful. And number two, we launched a Womentoring Global Experience where we picked 16 female student engineering schools في تونس. We're providing them with mentoring. Local visits للشركات لهنا. We're partnering with Vermeg, we're partnering with HP, Technopark الغزالة. We have one more partner, Deloitte. So these companies, they want to help us inspire البنات هذوما and show them the potential and the opportunities. And the best part is that I am collaborating with SMU in Dallas. It's Southern Methodist University in Dallas, Texas, to bring these students to Dallas to work on hackathon projects around machine learning, AI, and applied to l'artisanat, which is a project I'm very excited about because I see the opportunity معني حتى في السيستم متاعنا في تونس. So I talked about Elevate Summit اللي هي المين event اللي بدا عمناول والسنين إن شاء الله زيادة في جون. I invite you all to come. It's 25 جوان. It's a free event with so much inspiration, as inspiring as this event is. Leadership, also female leadership. And it's a fun fact. I met Skander في Elevate Summit عمناول. He was there and he proposed that I come and speak today في الevent هذا, which shows you اللي every day كل مرة you show up for an opportunity, another opportunity might knock on your door. So the next thing I'm going to talk about is my passion about books. والقراءة we saw the potential and how much takes your brain معناها تحلك الافاق نتاع مخك and all. We started by doing book swap events 3 years ago. It was so successful that last night, and I don't have the latest picture here, I had to give them the slides earlier, but last night we launched the first book nook at the DOT community. We donated books for the DOT community البارح. It's going to be open and I invite you all to go see library. It's all على خاطرنا very passionate about English learning. We see a huge gap في الانجلي في تونس وكيفاش انت معناها ما تتكلمش بالانجلي basically you're exiting 3/4 على opportunities. Basically انت ما تنجمش تاكسسيهم to start. انت already عندك بول هكا صغير نتاع des opportunités بالفرنسي كندا فرنسا معناها small scale. But what we do at Open Minds Project هي make sure الجينيراسيون هذه عندها اكسي للماكسيموم تاع الopportunité في العالم الكل كو سواء من تونس والا حتى كي نخرجوا لبرا. So that's the book spa. Now the fun part, I was talking about the community. What it means for me, my community is my community of mentors and they're my family. And here in the screen, نسيل كلهم توينسة. Sahar, I'm not sure if they're here. A lot of them, they said they're going to show up اليوم. Sahar, she's at Amazon in Luxembourg. That one is Sahar. Sabrine, I'm not sure she's in the room, but she said she's gonna be here. Sabrine, she's in Canada. Emel Besrayer, she's a sales manager at IBM في Egypt. Zainab Shabshub, she's ecosystem expert لهنا في تونس, a startup expert. Rima, she's in Canada. She's a data scientist at Shopify. Ines Abidi, she's here. She works at GIZ and she's been running my book swap events for years. Rahma Abidi, she's a founder of a startup. She's here also in Tunis. And Monia, Monia, I met this morning for the first time, but I worked with her, Monia Jandoubi, I worked with her for so many years, and we just met this morning. All these, البوان كومان تاعهم الكل, they all believe اللي we have to give back, اللي يلزمنا lead through معناها نخرجوا من السلف leadership ونحن ننجحوا والحاجات هذيك الكل to lead, to empower and inspire the next generation. My family is so big. So هذوكم some. I have Sahbi, he's a technology manager at Uber. I have Mehdi, he's in San Francisco. He works as customer success manager. With him, he's in San Francisco. He's leading the autonomous cars. Mehdi, I have Nadia. Nadia, she's in Dallas and she's helping me with. She's leading Tunisia policy circle في Tunis, and she's visiting scholar في Dallas, and she's helping me with the student mentoring this year. I have a lot of the people that are helping me هم عباد برشا منهم مش تقولوا كان هذوما كان في الخارج, برشا منهم زاده في تونس. They believe اللي we have to help, everyone has to do their part. Part of the mentors متاعي زاده I have great females اللي هما من تونس, probably some you recognize. They support my initiatives and they tell me how can we support you, how can we add value, and that's how it works. I have Iman, she's at Talent, leading innovation. We have Buthaina, she's in Dubai, she's at Rochester University. Salma, so I'm going to start losing my friends' names very soon. Hidayat, all these great women, they help me. We have the same mindset. We want to grow together, we want to leave something for the next generation. by volunteering and adding value. And I personally volunteer in so many initiatives. Actually, I'm stretching myself doing volunteering, and it's a value. Like I mentioned, I'm at Expedia Group, and I do travel. I'm a travel tech mentor. We just launched an accelerator for startups اللي bring in value للعباد اللي handicapés والعباد اللي les minorités وفما برشا دي startups توا نعاونوا فيهم في current cohort. Also, I'm a woman in engineering mentor, very active with IEEE, و startup and entrepreneurship mentor as well. How I'm scaling and bringing more people to my community through leading conferences committees. I was in Dubai for a Women in Tech conference. I was virtually in Egypt this year. Was it this year? No, it was December last year, so almost a couple of months ago. And I also was here in Tunis للconference متاع IEEE in 2017, I think. So I do a lot of volunteering to bring talks, panels, and shed some lights on inspiring women for the tech space. Partnerships. Now I can't do it all by myself, so that's why at a certain point, يلزمني I grow, يلزمني I build partnerships with people that can help me نقدم وزيادة I add a value to the work that they do. Last year, I started working with GIZ Tunis through their digital transformation initiatives, and we work together to do a lot of things. منهم Elevate Summit, mentoring programs. They're supporting my work في Tunis, and I'm very thankful for all the efforts that they're doing. واللي هم عطاوني l'opportunity to grow my outreach ونخدم مع برشا عباد لهنا في تونس. Smart Capital. I am on the selection committee of Flywheel, and we have so many programs that we're planning to launch للecosystem متاع startups and bringing الexpertise متاع تونس اللي في الخارج and all. SMU Dallas, the university that they're going to run my mentoring program, part of the mentoring program les ingénieurs. In all of the talk that I was نحكي فيه اليوم هي نحن women leaders who can say in power وكعباد they have a seat at the table. We have the power to inspire. We have the power to change lives, and we have the power to influence. ونعطيو المساج الصحيح للعباد اللي they look up to us and they want to go somewhere. We have to support them. يلزمنا نشوفوا كيفاش نعاونوهم كل واحد بالاكسبرتيز نتاعو. It could be معناها actually من غير ما انت تبدا تجيب من راسك be creative how you can support people. Just ask them how I can support you and how can I add value to your day وإلا to your معناها كأنك تقرا ولا اللي هو. So ask the question, how can I support you? There are so many initiatives. Because I know everything is difficult. I know it's hard في تونس. I know it's hard even outside. But through l'initiative متاع Open Minds projects and a lot of other initiatives اللي الgovernment تخدم عليها اللي ecosystem partners and all, we can engage, we can show up, we can believe اللي success ما عندوش secrets, and success is ahead of us all, and it's just like milestones we reach by doing the work. Thank you everyone for showing up today to my talk, and very thankful for this opportunity to be with you لهنا اليوم.
Merci beaucoup Madame Yousra MAGOURI, merci infiniment pour ce speech très inspirant. You are such a pride.
Thank you.
Merci beaucoup. Alors, le festival متاعنا bien sûr مازال متواصل, mais avant bien sûr de vous libérer Madame Yousra, on vous donne ce petit trophée, bien sûr, en guise de remerciement. Voilà.